A spectacular sight in our skies late last night. A fireball from a meteorite plummeted from above the Gulf of Mexico. This is not an actual photo of that fireball, but represents what it looked like. ABC7 meteorologist Josh Stone reports to have seen it around 11:20 last night, said it looked as bright as the sun. Many of you have been sharing your experiences of shaken windows, rattling doors, and freaked out pets as it not only lit up the sky, but created a rumble as well. Meteorologist John Scalzi's been looking into a little bit on this. And John, what have you found out today?
I talked to Dr. Cook from the Marshall Space Flight Center, and he said that indeed they got about 100 messages about this particular event, and it was in fact a meteor a meteoroid, actually, that became a meteor and probably became a meteorite as it hit the ground.
Yeah.
So it was probably about as big as your fist, traveled at about 40,000 miles per hour, and vaporized as it hit the atmosphere, lighting up the sky. And he pointed me to one EarthCam video that we have for you. If you take a look at it right now, wait for it. It comes, it's on a loop, but it takes a while. Look how bright it was. And that's not really even seeing all of it. Started about 16 miles to the southwest of Siesta Key and plummeted out in the ocean until it disintegrated about 15 miles above the Earth, above the Gulf of Mexico. And some of the little particulates probably entered into the Gulf of Mexico as meteorites out there. So go fish if you can find them. But quite an amazing sight. I mean, it did obviously make the sound as well. People could hear the sound. It was what's not quite called a super bolide, but it's still called a bolide, meaning that it probably was large enough to be picked up by satellite-based video processors, but not large enough to be picked up by the worldwide global network that could pick up, say, the one that occurred in Russia a few years back and injured like 2,000 people.
Right.
But there are apparently lots of this stuff. They all come through unannounced. They're not being tracked. There is a mission by NASA to perhaps track the ones that are as large as a kilometer across and could, basically end life on Earth if they crashed on Earth. But that's 10 years down the road and certainly lacks funding to really do a fabulous job, but they hope to. Anyway,